The numbers in this light heavyweight showdown. Lucas ALSINA, of course, fighting from abroad, is coming in as the underdog, the taller fighter, the older fighter, 39, against ABRAMOVIC at 24, who is undefeated 3-0, 188 centimeters tall.
So we begin this bout at light heavy with the promotion this evening having not gone in to the second round. And it looks as if the headhunting here of ABRAMOVIC might not be a difference in that statistic. ABRAMOVIC headhunting, trying to close the ring down, make life difficult for Lucas ALSINA. ALSINA, a lot of kickboxing experience. Just a little bit gun shy, it seems here. Turns the head away when a big shot comes in. Nothing wrong with that. Covering up. But ABRAMOVIC looks like he can take one to give two.
Exactly that. ALSINA is stepping into that switch kick. He often does that on the lead leg, but he needs to be a little bit smarter with the footwork. ABRAMOVIC here with the blitz.
Absolutely. Left-right combination. Lands some big shots there. ALSINA comes back strongly. Good lead left, followed with the right cross. I don't think he's got stopping power, but ABRAMOVIC certainly has, and he's just closing this ring down, and you can hear the crowd in support. I said, in this part of the world, this homeboy is very much representative of good wishes and good vibes from the attending crowd here tonight. Oof, throws big, just misses.
It's good half steps here coming in from ABRAMOVIC. You can just see him pitch that fastball right over the top of the guard. ALSINA's got to be a lot sharper here with the defense. These 4-ounce gloves do not allow margins for error.
Absolutely, and you can see he's reacting to the scathing low kick and the punches. For me, he's showing just a little bit too much discomfort at what's coming his way. Trying to defend, but he's not doing a good job. ABRAMOVIC going through the blocks, gets in on the inside. That was a big right hand, follows through. There's the forearm, up goes the high kick. And ALSINA did very well to survive that. That was right on the button.
He's very good at rolling in the pocket, but the problem is with ABRAMOVIC, if he just lands, even partially lands, he's got so much power. And ALSINA cannot afford to ease into this fight, which you often see in the kickboxing fights. ABRAMOVIC isn't going to let him do that here.
Yeah, and then part of the strategy surely must be to try and, you know, Toreador versus the bull. Try and draw ABRAMOVIC into the second round and maybe tire him out, maybe frustrate him a bit. But he's taking some big shots here, ALSINA, and he's reacting to them. Up goes the high kick. He was hurt by that. This is a chance for ALSINA now to take it to the ground. Had the grips, had to let them go. So there's space between the two of them.
ABRAMOVIC is just so much quicker off the draw, Will. He's pulling the trigger first. He's leading the stance. ALSINA cannot afford to wait to counter.
Maybe a little bit of frustration coming into the performance here of ABRAMOVIC. So desperate is he to finish and finish quickly that he walks into that, and wasn't perfectly executed, but I don't know, off the feet, ABRAMOVIC has lost an advantage. Bounces straight back up.
Nice dig for the underhook there from ALSINA. That was very sharp, very smart. Maybe he is going to play a little coy here, Will. Like you said, maybe it is a little bit of a rope-a-dope.
Yeah, he's showing a little bit of stocking top, isn't he? And he's flirting, as it were, with ABRAMOVIC. Now, ABRAMOVIC realizes if he wants a first-round stoppage and a win here, like the rest of the ATT Zagreb boys, he's got to deal with this. And that's good moves from ALSINA. That was a nice attempt at a little trip.
Yeah, beautiful. Trapped the leg, almost ran him off the wire with the left underhook. ABRAMOVIC may be a little bit surprised. I mean, this would be, if the next minute and 15 seconds pass, the first time he hits the second as a pro.
First time we go into that territory in the event.
ALSINA doing a nice job here up against the wire, Will. He's working that trip. Maybe he can go down for the single. It looked like he was going to reach for it. It's smart. Very smart.
So it's his ability to spoil here, ALSINA, to try and take the sting out, to try and be a matador to ABRAMOVIC's bull. So we're under a minute left in the first round. This will be the first time we've gone into second round territory, but it won't be the first time that the fight has been finished right on the wire. So ALSINA a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more able to suck up some of the best shots from ABRAMOVIC.
Yeah, he's rolling off his midsection nicely in the pocket. it didn't look all that impressive initially, but sometimes the best fighters, you know, they kind of have these rough edges around them with all their experience to be able to absorb shots in ways you don't think they can.
Well, we're on the 10-second clapper, so unless Abramovich can spark him where he stands, he's going to make the second, and I think psychologically that's a milestone. And you can see slight bit of frustration in Abramovich there. I'm sure he thought, having heard the results, he maybe thought to himself, well, it would be nice if I could do it all in time for tea. But he's going to go into the second now. Let's see, ALSINA, well, there's more to this guy than we can see.
Agreed. Now the question is, how much has fatigue set in from this? Let's take a look at it here. Here comes Abramovich on the outside, stalking, half step, really sits down into that jab, and I love that technique as he steps in and really commits. Jab to the body, jab upstairs, in comes the right cross. Very bread and butter boxing, but it's just that pressure and ferocious power. Almost literally punching straight through the target. And props, like you said, to ALSINA. He really took a few of them, including the head kick to almost a spinning back elbow that nearly landed there. That was pressure city, Sensei.
Well, ALSINA, as I say, has been around. Professional kickboxer back in 2012. He's got the striking skills and the evasive skills. And as you say, Chris, the dance may not look pretty, but if it keeps you in the game, job done. 2 of a scheduled 3. First time tonight. As with all power punchers, with all undefeated fighters, there's an urgency about their work. Abramovich, no different. Tries to cut the ring down. You know he's headhunting. You know he's looking to Ichigaiki, do it in one. And oh, the crowd are umming and ahhing, but that punch was on the shoulder, didn't land.
Yeah, even the little shoulder rolling is working. And I'm so concerned about his hands being low, but he kind of makes it work. But when you've got more than 50 fights between your kickboxing and MMA career and winning records in both sports, you got to respect that.
Yeah, and Abramovich isn't. He's tearing his way through here now, but ALSINA is still there, still dancing, and if he takes this into deep water into the 3rd round, well, psychologically that's going to have an impact, I think, on Abramovich, given that, well, we've seen so many fights end quickly here tonight, but pressing forward, I mean, he's 4-wheel drive Abramovich, isn't he? Look, just look at him, head hunting, but then earned a little bit of respect for ALSINA.
It's remarkable to see his ability when he's up against the fence, which Abramovich is so good at pushing guys into and knocking them out in those positions. His ability to kind of turn away from the little punches and find just that little bit of space to mitigate the damage.
Low kick, hurts. Oh, that was nicely done, if he'd pulled it off. Still wants to close the distance and still wants to grapple ALSINA. Doesn't want to be on the outside of this, taking that punishment, being picked off, being sniped. And he does that very well, doesn't he? Hasn't pulled it off, but it's a threat, it's a danger, and it's causing Abramovich problems. He's having to think about something else. But ALSINA quite happy to take it into the pocket, get the grips going on, underhooks going here. He's got a leg. Yeah, confident in his ground game.
It's great. He kind of steps away from the cage, reaps the leg with his right leg as he steps, and then picks it up off the right underhook and then gets a takedown. 3 or 4 tries, finally gets it successfully. This is massive. What a turnaround this would be, Will.
Absolutely. He slowly clawed his way back into the game, and that was good recovery there from Abramovich. And there's the strength, but scrappy though it was, that's not got him back in the game, but those punches are scathing. They're going through the elbow twice now, goes back with the right, comes in now with the heavy shots, puts ALSINA on the back foot, pressurizing here. ALSINA in a bit of trouble, but he's recovered and comes back strong himself.
He's just waltzing away here up against the fence, Will, literally just backing off, taking the punches, took an absolutely gigantic elbow. Abramovich is chucking everything but the kitchen sink at him.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Maybe a couple of glasses or a teacup too.
No, there's no doubt about it. He's letting loose in real time. So definitely got the minerals, definitely got the staying power. And when you're up against a fighter that really, the success he's had at the age is a bit of a lab experiment, comes out and he's looking tired, and he took a big elbow strike there off the wire. And with a minute and a half in the second, the person that's blowing is ABRAMOVIC.
He's winning this fight, though, and that's going to be the most important thing. You really have to sit back as a fighter. With 90 seconds left in the second, the guy's proven to be very durable that's standing in front of you. You need to back off and just take stock of what's occurred and where the margins are. He's winning right now, 2018 for sure.
ALSINA still in the game. Oh, he was hurt then. Sent to the mat. Down goes the ground and pound. I think it's all over. Well, it is now. Perfect finish there. Glittering. A performance that was only ever going to go one way with a massive encore. He was hurt on the way in. Look, he's been cut, ABRAMOVIC, so it was no cake to be walked, but he's done it. Emphatic. He'll be pleased with that.
You called it, Will. You said 4-1, maybe a little bit rich on the odds. ABRAMOVIC just having to deal with some difficulties and challenges. Goes to the second round for the first time in his career, and indeed the second round for the first time tonight, but he gets the victory.
Yeah, found his rhythm, and he started to flow solid once he got active. Once that little speck of light at the end of the tunnel revealed itself. I mean, you know, he put it on quite a few times, and that big left hook sent ALSINA down, and from then on, it was one hand clapping for ALSINA. He couldn't defend this. Just the onslaught was too much.
And ALSINA actually blocked the shot. You could see him bring his hand up right there. You could see it. The right hand was right on his ear. But that's the problem with those 4-ounce gloves. Like I said, you just can't get away with the same tricks that you can with the bigger gloves in kickboxing. And ABRAMOVIC just pounced on him here, Will. And that must have been a frustrating fight. A very durable, very tricky opponent. Here another angle on the knockdown there. Just 3 or 4 unanswered punches. ALSINA turtles up, and that is the end of the show and the showstopper.
And it wasn't an easy night in the office, was it, for ABRAMOVIC? Took him to the second round to do it, and he's blowing, but the W goes to the ATT Zagreb man. And, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end comes with an official time recorded at cage side of 3 minutes and 59 seconds completed of round number 2. Your winner by way of TKO in the red corner, TDL